It's day 3 of the year-end Congress, and apologies for the shaky camera. As of yesterday, if you watched yesterday's video or the video before this one, my selfie stick is broken, so it's all handheld today. So apologies for the lack of quality that you know and love from good old Steve. We are wandering in. We've just had a really nice coffee, and Magnus had banana bread, and I had like some sort of raisin cookie, which is good. And we're wandering in to visit a primary school, which is where the venue is. And it seems weird, as primary schools go, it's pretty good as a primary school, but as venues for Vidge events go, I think there are question marks. Do you agree?
Yes.
This is Magnus.
Hello.
And this is me. We're playing today is open pairs. It's open and mixed pairs, and sadly Magnus refused to wear a skirt, so we're in the open pairs today. And it's just going to be a 2-session championship pairs event where we're going to do what we can. And we're playing with Magnus. We'll call him the Prince because he's not yet a king. He has a bet with someone that that Magnus will spend more time as a king than Southampton, the football team that his opponent supports, will spend outside the relegation zone. Now, the good news for Magnus is that Southampton have been in relegation zone and probably will be for pretty much the whole season, but they did spend at least part of a day or a day outside the relegation zone, which means Magnus needs to get to a king at some point and maybe just stay there for a week to win this bet. And if you're not sure what that is, we have a grading system in the UK where, based on your performance in events, you get a rank from ace of spades all the way down to a 2. And I think Magnus is currently
Bullshit, don't look at it.
Magnus is currently a jack, so he just needs 2 more ranks to go. And it's based on how well you do, how good your partner is, and how good your opponents are. And it's pretty good. I mean, it's obviously, as ranking systems go, I'm going to the thingy thing. As ranking systems go, the thing's going to be improved, but I'm going to thingy thing. I says that means Sainsbury's. We're going to get a bite to eat, and then we'll wander to the venue. So I'll show you the venue when we get there, and I'm just going to find what I want to nibble on before we start. 2 board rounds where you can't move between until a round's been called is very difficult for me to nip outside and film. I've done that. I've said that before. You get to 4 diamonds on this hand. The bidding is gone. You open a diamond. It's the hand on your right passes. You open a diamond. They have got 1 spade. Your partner elects to jump to 3 diamonds, which is preemptive with 4-card diamond support. And the hand on your right bids 3 hearts. Now they've done this as a passed hand, so you imagine they've got at least some sort of spade fit to be able to bid 3 hearts, having not opened 1 or 2 hearts. And you elect to bid 4 diamonds because you don't really want to be defending 3 hearts or 3 spades. You don't want to, you know, if they haven't shown their spade fit and it's not guaranteed, you don't really want them to be able to bid their spades. So you kind of cut that out and bid 4 diamonds and goes pass, pass, pass. So you're in 4 diamonds and they lead the 8 of hearts, and dummy goes down with what you can see. Dummy is a 4-3-3-3. Flattish hand with not much there, but they've got the ace of spades, which is a really big card. And if you just count your losers, you're going to lose 2 hearts, you're going to lose a club, and you're going to lose at least 1 diamond. Is there any way to make this? And it's all about listening to the bidding and deciding what to do at trick 1. So basically you've got 2 hearts to lose, but there's a chance that the hand that's bid hearts has only got heart values, and maybe like a spade on her or something, maybe the queen of spades or the something. So should you duck any hearts? Should you duck the first or the second heart? Well, they haven't opened 2 hearts. So are they more likely to have 6 hearts, in which case you need to take the first heart and hope they haven't got an entry, or are they more likely to have 5 hearts? It's probably more likely to have 5 if the person, especially given its love all, they could have opened a 6-card week 2 easy enough. So it's more likely they've got 5. And what you have to do if you think they've got 5 is you have to duck the first heart and win the second and hope that the hand on your left has got both the aces to get in with, because the hand on your left is going to have the better hand probably, because the hand on your right's a passed hand. So you should grin it and duck it, and now if they turn it with 6 hearts, you're just going several off, I'm afraid. You're going to lose you're going to lose 2 hearts. Or you might even not lose 2 hearts. Even if the ace of hearts gets roughed, they might still not be able to get them in. So you're not going too many off. But if it turns out that they've only got 5 hearts and no entry, then you can make this now by ducking at trick 1. Our opponents didn't. We got to beat 4 diamonds by a trick, and because 3 and 4 spades aren't really making, they've just got too many tricks against us. They've got a diamond, 2 spades, ace of hearts, and at least a club. So we weren't making 3 spades anyway if we did bid it, and plus 50 is good in a set that's not going so well. So you're defending 3 no trumps. The auction goes 2 no trumps, pass, 3 no trumps, pass, 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 and you've got this hand to lead from. It's not always good to be on lead when you've got everything for the defence. You don't really want to lead the singleton diamond, but I think a spade lead's safe. So you decide to lead the queen of spades, and the queen of spades, well, the king of spades asks for an unblock, and what you don't always want partner to do is unblock with the ace when they've only got 2 or something, depending on how many things. So we're leading the queen of spades, and that asks for attitude, and basically you can find out if partner's got either the ace or the jack here. Partner will encourage with the ace or the jack, and they will discourage without either of those 2 things, and that's the sort of thing you want. So you lead the queen of spades, and you can see that dummy has raised to 3 no trumps. Pretty light. They're basically gambling that the diamonds are running, and that you've not got 4 losers off the top, and. So my guess is there's going to be enough of the room not in 3N that if this goes off, this will be bad for north-south. So all good for us. So we lead the queen of spades, and it goes small. Partner encourages small. So we trust partner. We play a small spade in case they've only got 3, or just to clarify the situation, play a spade, small, and we're going to find out whether partner's got the jack or the ace. And good and bad news, they've got the ace. That's good news, but bad news in that they've probably not got anything else, if we can count some points in a second. So it goes ace of spades, small, and they play a spade, and we found out that initially spades were 4-4. Okay. So we started the hand with 12 points. Dummy had 2, that's 14. Partner's got the ace of spades, that's 18. So north has 20 to 22. So partner has 2 points left at most. So if north's got 21, partner's got 1 point. If north's got 22, partner's got 0 points left. So we know that north's got the ace king of diamonds. And the good news is we can beat this. We can lay down the ace of clubs. Is it right at match points to lay down the ace of clubs there? Well, if they're definitely in the wrong spot, yeah. We could lay down the ace of clubs and beat it. But can we beat it by more? How many off can we go? Well, north's likely got a doubleton somewhere because they've got 4 spades. So unless they're exactly 4 triple 3, and we know they've got the ace king of diamonds, they have to because partner can't have the ace king diamonds. We know that north's got the ace king diamonds, but has to have a doubleton somewhere. What if their doubleton's diamonds? Yeah, they're not making many tricks at all, are they? If they've got a doubleton diamond, we can just exit in a diamond in this case and be very passive, and then we're going to get probably the king of hearts. Maybe partner gets maybe declare still, maybe partner's got the queen of clubs and declare has to lead away from their clubs or something, and we can get this several off just to punish south for having the confidence that 3M might make. And if north does have 3 diamonds, are we risking letting it through? No, because we can't get squeezed, because surely partner can beat the 6 of clubs, and we can just hold on to our cards in a way that we just keep the same length as north. If north comes down to, for example, ace queen of hearts, after cashing 7 diamonds, north might come down to ace queen of hearts, or we can just come down to king x of hearts ourselves. But we've got an extra chance as well. So let's say we X in a diamond, and again, if north's got a doubleton diamond, this is now going to go like 3 off. They're just going to have to be leading away from their hand for the whole hand. So we go diamond, north wins, they play a diamond. Okay, so north started with 4 diamonds, which means they've got either 2 clubs or 2 hearts, and we're just going to watch the discards and get this right. So ace of diamonds, king of diamonds, diamond, and we're just watching things. So they've got 3 more diamonds. So it goes diamond, throw a club, we throw a heart, diamond, throw the queen of clubs, we throw the 8, diamond, the king of clubs. Now, again, you've got to be doing this fast. So when you make your plan, you need to plan it for this situation at the point where you exit with a diamond, because remember, partner can't have more than 2 points, and we're missing. It looks like partner's got the jack of clubs, and it looks like Declare has coming down to ace queen tie of hearts here. Is it possible that Declare has got the singleton ace of hearts at this point and the jack of clubs, and they're being deceptive in their discards? No, partner has to have one of the. Sorry, Declare has to have one of the queen or jack of hearts, just for their opening bid. So bit of counting here. So we've now got the opportunity that if North's come down to ace queen tie of hearts, which looks likely, that they're going to take the finesse. Why are they going to take the finesse? Well, they're in a spot that the room's not in, so they need to make it. There's going to be a lot of people in the room that don't raise to 3N with the south hand, so they're going to take the finesse. So what should you do here? Well, again, you can just throw a heart away. And again, you should be thinking about this right at the start. Like, do you think Declare is going to drop your king here? I don't know. Are they good enough to? They take a heart, they play the jack, they play the queen, and you win the king. And then you cash the ace of clubs for 2 off. That's not what happened at the table. I think that should be what happened at the table. But the issue is, and the more you sit and think as East, the more you give it away. So if you're good enough to work out at trick 5 what might happen if Declare runs the diamonds, and so obviously you're playing for 2 off, which will just be a top at match points, because Declare has got 8 tricks. When they get in, they've got 8 tricks. They've got 7 diamonds and the ace of hearts, so 2 off's just going to be a top. If you sit there and think at lots more points in the hand, if you think on the 3rd diamond and the 5th diamond and the 7th diamond, and you're tanking, even if at trick 11 you bear the king of hearts smoothly at that point, if you've thought and thought and thought, whereas your partner as West is just playing their lowest cards because they've got nothing to think about, you give a lot away. So although from a technical point of view it's probably right to do this, if you don't feel confident, maybe just cash the ace of clubs, then you're going to get a good board for 1 off anyway, aren't you? That is what happened at the table, and sadly we were north-south, so we got a bad board for going off in 3N. The room again, quickly. We're not doing very well, so it'll all be about the second session. This is a hand you have, and I'm not sure I did the right thing here. You have singleton, king 10-9 5th, king queen jack 5th, ace 10 doubleton. They don't bid. You open a heart, partner bids a spade. You bid 2 diamonds, and partner raises to 3. Now 2 diamonds can be passed. So you know partner's got at least 4 diamonds, and partner's responded a spade. Do you think you've got game on? Well, you're way better than you could be for this. If you're counting losers, which is the sort of thing you can do when you've got like a fit here, effectively. You know you've got a 9 card fit or better, and so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losers. That's a pretty good hand. So you can. I think you're too good to pass. On the teams, you definitely bid game, and again, it's about what game you bid here. If partner's AC, you want to be in 5 diamonds. If you just give partner like an ace and maybe like the queen of clubs, so like give them the ace of diamonds and the queen of clubs. Yeah, it might be on a heart finesse. Partner could have a stiff heart. I mean, which is possible. Loads of things, but the problem is you can't investigate this. You can't investigate what's better, 3N or 5 diamonds. And if you bid 3N, partner's not going to correct the 5 diamonds when it's right, because he won't know you've got the shape. So you could bid 4 diamonds as like a hedging your bets thing. You could bid 4 diamonds and see if partner raises to 5 with suitable values. For example, if they've got fitting heart values or aces, they'll raise to 5, and maybe that's better. But I just bid 5 diamonds, and we've just got 3 aces to lose. There's a full hand, and I think this is indicative of how things are going. I'm not sure 5 diamonds is the best bid, but I didn't like 3N. 3N could be right, could be wrong. And I think it makes, because partners' values are all good for 3N and bad for 5 diamonds. If you take away partner's queen of hearts and king queen of spades, I'm still making 10 tricks and 5 diamonds. I just lose 3 aces. Yeah, but partner's got the queen of hearts and the king queen of spades, so 3N's probably with partner's 9 of spades and my 10 of hearts and my, we've got 2 club stops. So I don't know. I think 5 diamonds is a view that's unlucky, and I don't like 3N the more I think only 3N makes. And partner hasn't bid 2N. Like if partner had a balanced hand with 4 diamonds, they could have offered 2N with club value. So, partner's either not got good clubs or distributional. So, yeah, not great, I think, not great. So I will let you know what our half-time score is when it comes up on the bridge rates, but we've got about 6 boards left, and we're just kind of hanging on in there to the break, I think. We picked up, so the bridge mate said 44%, which was higher than what we were on after about 10 boards, so what can we do, eh? Future Steve may, if I need running time, talk about a defence to 3 hearts doubled that we can beat and we didn't. Magnus was arguing that I don't have a double. I think I do. But he also thought it was penalties, and I don't think it is. So who knows? But we'll talk about that if we need some running time. But we've only got like 40 minutes for a break, so we're gonna get some hand records, find Magnus, and see what we're gonna do before we come back in the second half, and we're gonna reverse our fortunes. So this was the hand we were discussing a sec ago. I held the north hand, and I passed initially. I'm not good enough to open a vulnerable weak 2. If I was favourable, I might have opened 2 spades, but I'm not. East opened a heart, partner overcalled a no trump, and West bids at 3 hearts. What do you do now? Well, could be right to just bid 3 spades. He can't be... the problem is 3 spades sounds forcing, doesn't it? Like it sounds like a 10 count and you've got an 8 count. And there's no guarantee partner's even got 3 spades. It's likely partner's got at least 3 spades, but it's not guaranteed, is it? Partner could have... they're playing Akol, so partner could have 3 hearts, in which case they do have a 2-card suit somewhere. And I decided to make a takeout double, and I think doubles takeout here. I think it has to be takeout. You're more likely to have short hearts than heart values because look at how many hearts everyone else is promising. So I think it is takeout. Magnus disagrees, but he disagrees with me doubling, and I think that is debatable. Anyway, I decided to double, and my thought was if Magnus is something like 3-2-4-4, he might chance 3 spades on a 4-3 fit, and I think when he bids 4 of a mine, he must have 5. And so if he bids 4 clubs and he's got 5 clubs and maybe only 2 spades, then maybe that's where we need to play anyway. And the jackpot is when he bids 3 spades or 4 diamonds or something. We've found our best fit. And some of the time he'll be able to pass it, and he passed it in this case. So maybe he's got ace queen tight of hearts, ace jack 10 of hearts, something like that, where he's got 2 heart tricks in my mind. But obviously he thinks my double's penalty, so we're not in the best spot here. The 3 heart bid was good. It kind of put the pressure on. If they bid an easy 2 hearts, I'd double for takeout. And I think if double of 2 hearts is takeout, then double of 3 hearts has got to be takeout too. And Magnus led the ace of spades, and dummy goes down with that. So what do you do here? Well, let's assume that Magnus only got 1 trump trick. So even if he's got like ace jack X or something like that, the jack's pick upable now. But he might only have 2 hearts, you see. If he's got ace king tight, he might have led the ace king of hearts or something rather than a bare ace of spades. You know it's bare because you've got the king of spades. So is he going to do this on the ace and queen? I don't think so. So he's either got ace to 3, ace doubleton spade or something like that. And in that case, do you want to encourage? I'm not sure you do, because you know that another spade sets up East's queen. So you've got a decision at trick 1, and this is where the defence is potentially interesting. You've got a decision at trick 1. Do you encourage or discourage the spade? Because if you encourage the spade, you play another one, you set up East's queen, and maybe East's got, queen 9 or something, and the 3rd spade's not good enough. So, but the pros of encouraging spades is that you can now switch to a club. It might be right for you to play a club through. So I didn't know what to do at trick one. I honestly didn't, and I decided to discourage. Because I think encouraging is basically relying on partner having exactly ace jack of clubs, as in you need a spade to your king so that you can lead a club through, and exactly ace jack of clubs. Because if partner's just got the ace or just got the king or something, a second spade is potentially fatal. Because if declarer's got the ace of spades and the ace of clubs and the queen of spades, they get their club away and they don't lose any more black suit tricks. So I discourage. I'm going to make the king of spades probably at some point anyway. I mean, where's it going away? Partner must have clubs here, you'd think. And so partner obviously doesn't play a second spade, which is sort of what you wanted. What you want them to play? Well, you really want them to play a club if they haven't got the ace. If they've got the king of clubs, you want them to play a club. And if they haven't got the... if they've got the ace of clubs, maybe they play a diamond. And maybe they play you for the king of diamonds or something. So Magnus then lays down the ace of diamonds. Now what do you do? The ace of diamonds seems like a dangerous switch, I think. But now do you encourage? I'm like, it was in a big dilemma here, and you can't do this. You can't do this slowly because you're putting a lot of ethical strain on your partner. Do I want another diamond? No. But what I don't want to do, if I discourage spades and I discourage diamonds, I'm sort of insisting on a club, and I haven't got a club holding that wants a definite club chip. Because again, if partner's got the ace of clubs, I don't want them to switch to a club. So maybe I should have encouraged the spade. So I have to encourage the diamond, and Magnus plays another diamond, which gets roughed. And we effectively, they play a spade now and get a club discard, and we don't make any more tricks other than the king of spades and the king of hearts. We've set dummies diamonds up, and we just make, 2 more tricks. So as defences go, that was pretty bad on all parts. I think there is some interesting decisions. Like you can see from my point of view, that if I do encourage spades, we do set the queen of spades up for a club discard. But that might not be good enough. I think they're struggling to do everything. But potentially, if I win the king of spades, maybe I need to switch to a trump, just so Magnus can win a club at some point and play a second trump, and they can't rough 3 clubs in dummy. So maybe we can beat it that way. So if I encourage spades, it works. I would have been able to switch to a trump, and then I don't think they can get to 9 tricks without setting the diamonds up. And I think from Magnus's point of view, it's difficult. He hasn't got a good lead. Maybe just lead the 10 of clubs. Basically, I must have values outside hearts. If I've got the ace or queen of clubs, the 10 of clubs is perfectly safe. So 2 out of 3 times I'll have the ace or the queen of clubs, and maybe you just need to lead the 10 of clubs and not give anything away. I mean, the ace of spades could be risky. Declarer could have had the king. But it's not fatal, the ace of spades. What's fatal is me discouraging spades and then encouraging diamonds. I think the ace of diamonds is a bit gung-ho, but again, I don't know what partner should switch to. Should he switch to the 10 of clubs at trick 2? Again, if he does, we beat it by 1. We're not getting a good board anyway. People are making 3 spades, and if I bid 3 spades, I think Magnus is raising to 4. That's the issue. They've done well to preempt us. It's usually weird to preempt over a strong no trump overcall because the hearts are stacked in theory over your partner's opening bid, but they did that anyway. They thought the vulnerability was favourable, and if they go for 300, well, then we've probably got game on. That was their logic, I think. So we didn't get we didn't get a good board. We got an absolute bottom. No one did any worse. Someone was in 5 clubs 4 off, but it still doesn't score as bad as minus 730 or whatever 3 outs doubled scores. So I don't know, and I didn't want to sit there tanking. I just had to make a decision fairly quickly, and I thought, well, the queen of spades is the declarer. I don't want another spade, and I think maybe Magnus should switch to a club instead of the ace of diamonds. But it's a low diamond works as well. If your partner played a low diamond to the king, I can switch to a club or a heart now, and we can beat it too. So yeah, I think that was just indicative. And sometimes when you're not doing very well, you're more apt to make errors in judgment as you're going forward because you're not in a chance with winning. So I don't think that was exactly the case, but you sometimes you're in on a form, you get good board after good board after good board, but then the opposite's true as well. We were just getting bad boards after bad boards. So yeah, sorry for doubling Magnus. Maybe 3 spades was better, but I'm probably going off in 4. I play for clubs 3-3 rather than picking the jack of clubs up and you don't make it. Let's say you get to 6 spades. We were in 4, but let's say you're in 6 because there were some people who made 6. We're looking for the best line to try and make 12 tricks here. Just for reference, for future Steve, your hand is something like Queen Jack to 5. I'll do dummy because I was dummy. You've got Ace King 10x, 3 to the 10. No, 3 to the ace, 10 to 3, Ace King small. So Magnus's hand must have been Queen Jack to 5, singleton, Ace King to 4, 3 to the 10. So you win 6 spades, let's say, and let's say they lead a trump. How best is it to make 12 tricks? What are your lines for making 12? Well, you've got 5 spade tricks, you've got the ace of hearts is 6, you've got ace king of diamonds is 8, and you've got ace king of clubs is 10. And you can ruff a diamond in the hand with 4 spades if diamonds don't break, and if diamonds break, you've got an 11th trick there. So that's how you make 11. You've got 11 tricks sort of guaranteed. Unless there's Queen Jack tight of clubs coming down. How are you going to make 12? Well, you've got 2 lines for 12. If you can make 4 diamond tricks, or if diamonds are 3-3, if you can make, let's imagine you've got a 4th round of diamonds makes a trick, you can throw dummy's club away and you can ruff a club in dummy. So that's one possibility. You're playing for either diamonds to break or some way to make 4 diamond tricks somehow, or 3 diamond, like concede a diamond and then make 3 more diamond tricks, throw a club away and do that. So if diamonds are 3-3, you can potentially make 12. Are there any lines where you can make 12 where diamonds aren't 3-3? There are 2 possible lines, and I don't know which is better, but you've got the very weird. If you had ace king 10x of diamonds, you could play ace of diamonds, king of diamonds, cross back to dummy, and then play 1 to your 10 in case like one of the hands has got an on a doubleton. But when the 10's in dummy, you only whiff for the 3 diamond tricks if diamonds are 4-2, is either Queen Jack tight or something called an intra-finesse. So just looking at the diamond suit, you can play a diamond to the 7 on the first round of diamonds. You have to duck a diamond anyway. And you lose out on Queen Jack tight. But you win some of the time when your left-hand opponent flies in with the Queen or the Jack. No, you're still making 3 diamond tricks with Queen Jack tight, aren't you? Yeah, so if you play a diamond up and they fly in with the Jack, and then you play the ace on the next and the Queen falls, you're fine. But if you play a diamond towards dummy and they play small smoothly, are they really going to be playing small from like Jack 3rd? Probably not. So what you do is you play a diamond to the 7 and you play for your left-hand opponent or the person under the 10 to have 9 doubleton. So let's imagine you play 1 to the 7 and then they play small and the 7 forces the Jack. Well, you know the 9 of diamonds is on your left. So on your next diamond, when you play the ace of diamonds and the 9 appears, you can now unblock the 10 and then you can cross to dummy later and finesse the 8 of diamonds. Obviously, you might be at risk if diamonds are 3-3 and they've ducked smoothly with like Queen 3rd or Jack 3rd. But that's one possible way to make 3 diamond tricks legitimately. The better line is, I think, is to play for either diamonds 3-3 or a squeeze against someone with 4 diamonds and the Queen Jack of clubs. And what you do here is you get up to 11 tricks. Rather than ruffing a diamond in dummy, you ruff 2 hearts in hand. And you effectively now have 11 tricks if you recount your tricks. You're going to make 4 spades in dummy. The ace of hearts is 5. 2 heart ruffs gets you to 7. Ace king of diamonds, ace king of clubs. Now you're on 11. But you're on 11 a different way. You're forgoing ruffing the 4th round of diamonds and you're ruffing 2 hearts instead. Now, if diamonds are 3-3, you've got 12 tricks. Or if you catch someone in a squeeze, you've got 12 tricks. So what you can do here, I'm just going to show you the full hand so you can see what's happening. You can see when I show you the full hand that the intra-finesse also works. A diamond to the 7 will work because they've got 9 doubleton, and then you can either drop the 9 or pin the 9 by running the 10 later. But if you draw trumps in 2 rounds and ruff 2 hearts, you go ace of hearts, ruff a heart, cross to a club, ruff a heart. Sorry, you can't cross to a club because there's a danger there. Cross to a spade or something and ruff a heart. Now you can duck a diamond, and then when you play off dummy spades, you throw maybe you could not get the entries. You might need to cash ace king of, yeah, you have to cash ace king of clubs. I think the squeeze works anyway. You have to cash ace king of clubs and then run the spades like a Vienna coup, and then if the queen or jack of clubs hasn't both appeared, you throw your 10 of clubs away and diamond should be breaking, or you've squeezed them out of their diamond trick. So there was a way to make 12. If you're not in it, you might not kind of go down all the possible, best case scenarios of trying to make 12. You might just try and rough the diamonds out. When they don't, you just settle for 11, which is what happened, I'm afraid. But I think it's an interesting one. I think I don't know what line's better, because obviously the inch finesse needs exactly 9x, and you might even go off when they're 3-3 if they duck smoothly, whereas the squeeze just needs the queen jack of clubs to be in the hand with 4 diamonds, which is also not that likely. Bear in mind, both lines still make. You've got to be able to still make when diamonds are 3-3, so you can't forgo diamonds being 3-3, which is why I don't really like the inch finesse as a line, because you're playing specifically for that rather than them being 3-3. So that was a hand from the first half. We ended up we're now a few boards into the second half, and we've started better. Someone revoked twice on trick 2 and 3, and then I thought chumps were 4-1, so I drew the 4th round of chumps, and the person revoked twice followed with a chump. And I feel a bit bad, and he felt quite guilty, but I ended up making 13 chicks. So I don't really like taking that. I asked them if they were doing well, and they said not really. So, I mean, fine. But if they were doing well, maybe I would have just taken 12 or something. So, who knows? There's a lot of hands that are either active or passive. So, what I mean by that is when... I'll see if we can put the people behind me. There's some people. There we go. What I mean by that is sometimes it's right to be active, where you aim to set your tricks up, and sometimes it's right to be passive and let Declara do all the work. And when it's right to be passive, every time you switch to a new suit, you're giving Declara tempo and time, and you're conceding tricks in suits that shouldn't be broken by the defence. And when it's right to be active, it's right to set your tricks up. It's a race situation, that sort of thing. You're trying to set up roughs or long suits and no trumps or something like that. So here is an example of a hand where it's right to be passive. I'm just going to show the whole hand here, and I'll explain just how a slight difference in defence makes the whole hand a lot tougher. So the full hand's there. You can see that the east hand gets to 3 no trumps. It goes something like a club, a diamond, 2n, 3n. So east shows like 18, 19 balanced, and they get to 3n. And the defence leads a small spade, the second highest spade from the 10. So I like the lead. And the way it went at our table is it went 7 of spades small. I played the 9, and Declara won with the queen. Now, I know from our leading methods that Magnus has got 4 to the 10 or 3 to the 10 or 5 to the 10. He can't have 5 to the 10, I don't think. There's not enough small cards. So Magnus has got 3 or 4 to the 10, and he's made a good lead. And so I'm like, oh, well, I'm not going to volunteer the king. I'm going to let Declara do his own dirty work. I'm going to let Declara take the finesses. Now, I've got ace queen of hearts. That's not great. Declara's got the king or the jack or both, or something. The heart finesse is right. And I know Declara's got ace queen jack and maybe ace queen jack to 4 spades, and might be worried when I play low smoothly at trick 1 that, the king's offside. So at trick 2, Declara played a club to the 10. I gave count. We don't play Smith. And then at trick 3, Declara played a diamond to the 9. And from Magnus's point of view, the difference between winning the diamond with the queen and ducking the diamond is huge here. Declara's got quite a lot of finessing to take. If the diamond to the 9 holds, Declara might decide to lead the king out of hand, or might decide, oh, I've found a finesse that works, I'm going to cross back to dummy and play another diamond, run the jack or something like that. And they're using up their entries. If you see what Declara needs to do, Declara needs to effectively take 1 or 2 diamond finesses, 1 or 2 heart finesses, and 1 or 2 spade finesses. They need to take a lot of finessing in the whole hand. And at trick 1, we've taken 1 of the finesses for them. But dummy's got a limited amount of entries. They've got 3 club entries to not only take some finessing, but get back to the diamond. Imagine Magnus ducks the diamond. Declara wastes 1 of the club entries to repeat a diamond finesse. Magnus wins. Now, when the diamonds are not blocked necessarily. Magnus can potentially just play ace and another diamond or something like that, stick them in dummy, and now they've got 3 finesses to take. They need to take 2 heart finesses and a spade finesse, but only 1 more entry, only 1 more club entry to do so. And if you take the queen of diamonds and play a spade back, well, you're just kind of giving up the good work partner did at trick 1, I'm afraid, by withholding the king of spades. I've made life difficult, and it's difficult, and, you know, and Magnus thought about ducking, and he did. But the problem is, when you start to think, De Clara is now not going to waste entries getting back to dummy and in diamonds and doing it. Like, once you think about that, maybe De Clara can work out what you've got and just leave the king of diamonds out of hand. So this was a hand for a passive defense, and I think although 10 tricks can be made if you know what all the cards are. If you know what all the cards are, you just play diamonds out of hand. You play diamonds towards the jack. You don't need to take the diamond finesses, and you can just use all of dummy's entries to take spade and heart finesses. So if you know where everything is, you can make 10 anyway. But when you don't, and in certain situations, if you can read that the defense is an active or a passive defense and do accordingly, you make life much more difficult for declarers. If you've ever played against like a good pair, and you thought, oh, that one chump was a difficult contra, they defended that really well. It's because they're being passive when it's right to be passive and active when it's right to be active. And we're done. Mistakes have been made today. There's the venue again. Look at some fish. Shoals of fish passing me. Yeah, mistakes have been made. We think maybe we played a bit too fast today. We've got above average this half, but I think we're below average overall, so we're probably going to be on around like 49% or something overall, which is a bit disappointing, but I don't think we've deserved too much more. We'll be back tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed the hands. We'll be back tomorrow for some Swiss teams. We're teaming up with Jason Hackett and John Sansom. And then that's it for the end of 2024 Bridge. So I hope you enjoyed it, and tune in for the next one.